that you're passionate about with what you're really good at, your skill set. If you can cross your passion with your skill set, you'll have something that's worthwhile to talk about.
I just don't think you should be ever fearful of putting, I think to Becky's point, a very strong point of view about something that you really believe strongly in. And I found that out early enough when you just sort of like, oh yeah, this is kind of nice, this is fine. I mean, I think people, it's not compelling. It has to have something that, in some respects, might, turn somebody a different way. But on the other hand, it's your distinct and particular point of view. That's what I like to read. I mean, I like to read, there's a lot of people in this room who I read just because they bring it. I mean, they just bring it out there, they put it on the page for what it's worth, and I go, wow. And if you can get the more people that you can get to be on that page and do that for you, you'll grow.
Simple tip, don't overthink it. Some of my most popular posts have been ones that I've written in about 15 to 20 minutes, and the ones that I've spent hours and hours and hours organizing over and re-editing and rethinking and changing, they've had really, really mediocre views, and nobody's really been bothered because, to Terry's point, they're not from the heart, they're from the head, and I've just overthought it and taken all the passion out of it.
Go for it.
There you go.
It's Will English, IB on Twitter. I say the fourth, but anyway. I guess I wanted to have one takeaway to drastically improve the value of your blog, other than being authentic, which is what I know Liz's answer will probably be.
Drastically, not just like a little bit of an incremental thing. You want to go for the big deal here.
Overnight success.
The drastically. Get Guy Kawasaki to put it on all time.
So here's my suggestion, is for reasons I find a little inexplicable, basically most people seem to start blogging by thinking I have to build the best damn island I can. And then when I do a really great job with it, people will come. And I'll tell you, that's not a really easy strategy to be successful at. So my tip for you, my takeaway, is find the bloggers that are already the market opinion thought leaders in your segment and volunteer to write unique content for them, and then don't republish it on your blog. Just take that as the glory, as the way to get your name out there, and you'd be surprised who will say yes, and you'll be surprised how much benefit that will have. So, that's my 2 cents. Sam? Anyway.
Well, I would actually say for achieving real overnight success, start 10 years ago.
Nice.
I want to tell you a story of someone that did exactly that, and that is Gen X, what is Gen X's name? At Gen X 67, I think it is. She went to all the other Generation X bloggers and it picked one from each state, so that she had then 50 new friends, 50 new connections, and by profiling one of each of those states, she was able to drastically increase the success of her blog overnight. And Sheila Scarborough did the same thing with family travel. And she's in the middle of a series of doing travel tips for families from each state. And those kinds of outreach projects where you have a specific list of people, you know that you're going to reach at least 50 new people.
Yeah. What I mean by that is come out from behind your blog. You can't be all behind your blog and all out there and away from it. Come down from off the podium and let people know who you are and where you are, and leave your blog. If you're writing on your blog. I know a girl I used to work with, she used to come in every day complaining that she couldn't get a date. But she'd sit home every night and look at herself in the mirror. I don't know if the guys... Yeah, I guess she had a date, he says. I don't know what the guys were just supposed to figure out that she was sitting there at home.
There's the fall on the roof of the car.
Exactly. Go out and meet people and say hello to them and find out what people who like you. And quite frankly, the people who are going to like your blog are the people who think like you do. because we always think that people who think like we do are incredibly intelligent. And the people who don't, well, they're not so smart or being difficult, you know, so.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
How do you define drastic? I mean, 10,000 new viewers, or 1 million, or 10, or 5?
I would say being profiled in Gizmodo or something like that.
Well, you know, from my, I tend to think of things a little bit more incremental, and I say, well, what's drastic for me? I say, you know, when you first start blogging, you're blogging into a vacuum, right? Really, that's what you are. And all of a sudden, one day you look at your stat counter and, ooh, there's a hit. Oh, that's my sister. Okay, that counts, right? Have we all been there, right?
Yeah.
Every day, you're looking, and you're waiting for that first comment. And then again, it's your sister, your other sister. Yeah, I hate Brett Favre too.